gonna be your video for your DETTY December guide in Gambia. Don't change at the airport. Hated the experience, but took like
Hey Jesse.
You did one thing, how you did walking, anything you do, people go still talk about it.
Guys, welcome back to my channel. If you guys are new, welcome, and if you guys are a returning subscriber, welcome. It is your girl Aisata G. I do nursing and travel vlogs over here. In today's video, we are going to talk about DETTY December. This is gonna be your video for your DETTY December guide in Gambia. If you guys haven't been seeing me post, but you've been following me on the community page, just know that I was in Gambia this November. I got this really cute outfit from my tailor. It's so pretty. I really wanted to pull out this video because I know a lot of people are going to Gambia in December, and these are the guides that you need. Also, because I landed yesterday, all of the information I'm going to give you guys is going to be current, fresh, essential, because I just came from Gambia. I was there November 13th to November 26th. You know, traveling from the US to Gambia takes you 2 days, especially if you're using Brussels, and I'm a Brussels girl, will forever be Brussels. I actually sat business class. I sat business class with Brussels Airlines free of charge, so I'm super duper excited about that. They did give me a gift for flying business class. Economy, we never. Economy, we never. The whole experience with business class is super amazing. I truly cannot wait for you guys to see my recent Gambia vlog, which honestly, if you know me, it's coming. It's gonna be lit. I had a great time in Gambia, and I did sit business class free of charge, because when you F up in this life, you make sure it's not with me. Click on my channel, you guys will see I do a lot of Gambia vlogs. I'm always in Gambia, so you're speaking to a professional traveler. Very excited to film this video and tell you guys all the things you need for your DETTY December trip to the Gambia. Without further ado, let's get started. It's come to my attention that not many people know what DETTY December is. DETTY December, according to Google, DETTY December refers to the festive period in Nigeria, but actually now DETTY December is being used by people in Ghana, people in Gambia, in Freetown, the Gen Z, just people going back home. Basically, from like your Christmas to New Year's, it's all DETTY December. Period is very vibrant. People are open. People are so down to turning up. DETTY December, I see it as a trip where you don't need to have a perfect itinerary. It's a very chaotic, fun trip. A lot of vibes. You get to meet new people. People are open. People are welcoming. People are just down to celebrating the holidays at home. And there's a lot more vibes and lit and hotspot to go to. So that just basically is what DETTY December is. I mean, in the US and wherever you are, very excited to go back home because life here is always busy, chaotic. It's mostly work, no fun. And even if you have fun, it's nothing compared to home. Just to go back home and be thankful for the year and reflect that. That's what DETTY December is. You are going for DETTY December in Gambia. First of all, if you don't have money, babes, stay at home. So if you go. So I'm gonna first of all talk about finance. If you don't have money for DETTY December, your location should be in the house. There's no need for you to go to Africa or go anywhere for DETTY December. Stay at home. Talking about finance for DETTY December, let me first of all tell you guys exchange rate in Gambia, because usually fresh in my head. Basically, if you change at the airport, you go to Gambia, you have no Dalasi with you. Because for me, every time I'm traveling, I make sure I come with Dalasi with me. But if you're gonna go to Gambia and you don't have any Dalasi with you, you just have to change at the airport. The airport, the rate really sucks, and I always say on my channel, don't change at the airport because you're not gonna get a worth for your money. I'm gonna talk about US dollar because I live in the States here. I deal with US dollars. So $1 is 71 Dalasi at the airport. So if you're changing $100, you get 7,100 Dalasi at the airport. The rate truly sucks. And if you are changing your money between Senegambia, Kololi, and the Combo area, and you're gonna get your dollar for 73.50. You know these people, they like drama. Some of them, you're gonna go to the exchange bureau, like your Western Union, and you're gonna say you want to change money. They're gonna be like, oh, it's 72. Walk away. Don't waste time. Just walk away. Because one thing I will tell you about Gambia, be unsure about the price, just walk away. If you are walking away, see that person is still trying to convince you, like, hey, sister, don't go. You see they're trying to stall you from walking away. Just know that they were going to take advantage of you not knowing the rate. So try to go to different bureaus and get the rate. If somebody tell you $72, I am literally telling you it is not $72. They're just looking for you to be their one bad example. Dollar is $73.50 in the Senegambia end. There's some days you get it for 74, but definitely guaranteed dollar is $73.50 right now. Thing where they tell you how much dollar are you changing. It doesn't matter. $1 is $73.50. Why are you asking me which dollar am I changing? Dollar is $73.50. So you see the difference changing it in the airport where you would get $71. You were supposed to change it in the Senegambia and Sekunda and the combo end. I mean, the airport is still combo, but you know what I mean? Outside the airport, you're gonna change it. We're getting like $73.50 to $74. You're getting a lot more worth for your money. So if you're gonna change at the airport, don't change a lot, just change what you need. Let me tell you the pro thing about exchange rate that you guys need to know. Change my money at Banjul, which ain't like $100 if I'm really desperate in the Senegambia, and I always change in Banjul. Banjul, you know, you have all these stores with fabric. So these men, they need dollars for their business. They do business mostly in Dubai and all this other foreign countries, and they need international currency like dollars, pounds, and euros. So if you have it and you go to Banjul, you are getting a higher rate in Banjul. Like, let's say Senegambia end is giving me $73.50. If I am in Banjul, they'll probably give it to me for like $74 or $75. A lot of the time I just changed there and I was getting like $75 for $1. For changing $100, that's like $7,500. So can you imagine the difference? They change at the airport unless you have to. Now, the other thing about Gambia that I am really got to love on this my November trip is that now Gambia is starting to become cashless, become a digital payment. How we have Apple Pay. I feel like Wave is becoming like Apple Pay. Like, you'd have your Apple Wallet, all your cards on your phone, and you can just make payment accessibly. How Wave is becoming. I was at the supermarket, this boy was buying stuff, and then he was like, can Wave you the money? And I'm like, how are you going to wave the money? So every store has a Wave barcode. Take your phone and you snap the Wave barcode, and then you can just wave them the amount. And so that is very accessible. I was in Senegambia at Kokoriko. I also did Wave. If you guys are curious to know how you can get Wave, I can totally go through the whole thing with you, but Wave is pretty easy. You just need a Gambian number. If you're coming from the US, you can get so easily. I went to FSL. I got my FSL SIM. You put in your Gambia number, you just download Wave, and it's like super accessible. They send you a code to your FSL number or whichever mobile carrier you decide to use in the Gambia, and you can just like download Wave. They send you a code and you can just easily now start using Wave. The thing about Wave is if you are a diaspora like me, super easy. Like, let's say you have money in the US here, like you would like to have money in Gambia. You're not into the MoneyGram pickup, the rare pickup, the code number, all that stress. We have a thing now called Tap Tap. I literally saw this on TikTok. Tap Tap, you can add your Apple Pay wallet tap, and then your money from your bank account, you want to waive $100 or $200. I know it's like so complicated, but I promise you it's super easy. But let's say you want to waive $100 or $200, like any amount, $10, $5. You can just download Tap Tap, put in the wave number in Gambia, want to send, and you can just use your US card or US account to enter your card, or with Apple Pay. You're sending through Tap Tap to your wave. Want to shop in Gambia, you don't want to use cash, you can just use your phone and scan the barcode. It's literally in every store. Picture of the barcode and pay via Wave. So those are the easiest ways you can literally digitally access in Gambia. They have different money transactions like that. Wave is almost like PayPal. They also have APS. Wave does like maybe 1% for your transaction, depending on the money. There's like 1%. Wave would take 10% on the transaction. Like they take some percent. PS takes 0.5. Having a thing called Yona, we all do that. Main thing I'm telling you, at every supermarket, I would literally highly recommend everybody in Gambia to get Wave, because Wave is where every supermarket you go, you can just pay by scanning the code. I literally went to Sekunda Market. And those people that have stores in Sekunda Market, they would do Wave. Like they have the barcode and you can just scan and wave your money. So it is super pretty easy, and I highly recommend that you get Wave. Just need a Gambia number. You can just download Wave. It can be very easy. My 9-year-old grandma can do Wave. So now that we've covered exchange rate, and let's say broken Gambia but you have money in your account, you can just use tap tap, send to your wave, and you can be at the supermarket. You know, Dirty December is for vibes. You can just be at the supermarket in Gambia and you want to buy something, and let's say you forget the cash at home, you can just wave from store to store because it is becoming cashless, which I really love. So after you figured out your exchange rate, finance, and wave, let's talk about entering Gambia airport. Now when you are a US citizen, because for me, I am a US citizen, so I travel to Gambia with my US passport. So when you are a US citizen, you have to pay, well, not just US citizen, as long as you're non-Gambian, you're UK citizen, you're from Europe, you have to pay a security deposit. Now it is 1,400 the last are saying that it's $20. So when you get to Gambia, a non-Gambian passport, Europe passport, US passport, UK passport, non-Gambian passport, you're gonna pay 1,400 security deposit when you land. Before they even see your face, before you go into immigration and all that stuff, before they stamp you, you have to pay 1,400 the last. It's called security deposit, which is equivalent to $20. So just make sure you have that on hand, you know, because that's a whole other thing. And I was coming back, because as I'm telling you guys, I just landed yesterday. When I was coming back, I saw on their screen that you can now pay return while you're at the airport, meaning that 1,400 times 2, it's like what, 3,800. You can literally pay 2,800, return the receipt, which I think it's really nice, because when I was coming back, I was so pissed why people were even complaining, like people that have not even entered the airport and you're standing at the line for 6 flights. It's a whole nother discussion. They were 6 flight in Gambia airport, 6 international flight, Brussels, Voley, Air Singapore, Turkish Airlines, Air Senegal, and there were Sky. Like there were like 6 airplanes that they were doing check-in for, and it was so chaotic. And the line in their home, you would just see them come to the line and be first. It was just such a chaotic mess. Even the white people were complaining. It was really crazy. So I will say that I'm seeing where they're saying that you can just pay return the 2,400. If I had seen it earlier, I would have probably done that, because it was just annoying. Everybody was just passing. They were just passing people like this. It was so chaotic and such a big mess. So I would say just be ready, put the 2,800. You can just pay return, so you don't have to deal with the whole chaotic mess. Pay twice. You pay when you land in Gambia. You pay when you are leaving Gambia. You have to have that, because there was this white guy that was holding the line, was so shocked that he had to pay 1,400. I'm like, babes, be moving back up the line. We need to go. Not let enjoyment finish your money. That the most important things that you need, you forget them. 1,400 when you land, 1,400 when you're going. When you're landing, before you see immigration, you have to pay that 1,400. Going, you have to pay the 1,400 before you even check in. Like you're going with, you have to pay the 1,400 before you proceed to do anything at that airport, or else you're not going. So just be aware of all those things. Next thing, let us talk about your planning for your Dirty December trip, because I got you. These are all at the top of my head. Thing about planning your trip to Gambia, I would say, is get your ticket. Now, I'm pretty sure if you're watching this vlog and you were supposed to come to Gambia, I bought your ticket, right? Because tickets are super expensive in December. So a lot of people, I even have a friend, he knows he's going to December, but he goes to Freetown. He would buy his ticket with his family in January when they come back from their Dirty December trip, or February for December, because then you get it at a lesser price. If you're like Odogu, then you can, like, you know, buy it now, but it's super expensive. I myself, I wouldn't buy a ticket now. Basically, you would have gotten your ticket or get your ticket early. It is expensive to buy a ticket at this time. The thing I would say, I'm not gonna tell you guys about visa, because visa, you can literally get it when you arrive in Gambia, like more than $200 ready for visa. I haven't done visa in the past 5 years, because visa for Gambia lasts for 5 years. The time I did the visa was like $250 something. I did it in the States here, sending all my documents to Gambia embassy. My mom, when she went to Gambia, I think she paid like $260 or $280 at that time. You have to keep in mind, with all the inflation and all that stuff, it's best to just have surplus. So just put in maybe $280 to $300 just for visa on arrival. It can be less, but there's no problem. If it's less, there's nothing wrong. If you had put higher money for it, then put lesser money for it. So just dedicate that money to visa. Again, I myself, I did do visa here in the US by sending my passport to the Washington DC. I would never do that again. I'll just get visa on arrival. It is very, very nice. Love the whole visa on arrival, then sending your passport and all that stuff. You're gonna get the visa. They're not gonna deny you the visa, so definitely get your visa on arrival. Just make sure your ticket is set. The thing I would definitely tell you is make sure before you leave the US you have organized some form of guaranteed transportation. Like you own a car, and if you don't have a car, you have some sort of car that can drop you off. For me, I love Gambia, but a lot of my parents, like businesses and everything, are in Freetown. But I grew up in Gambia. I went to school in Gambia, but a lot of the things are Freetown based, and my parents, they normally travel to Freetown a lot more, so I'm more the one that just kind of goes to Gambia. Of course my dad's like half Gambian, but I'm more the one that kind of just like visit Gambia a lot more. What I do in Gambia is I rent a car. So for a while my aunt had shown me a driver and I was renting the car with the driver. November, I saw a company called Africars, and it's a Malawi guy that owns the company, and their office is in Forest View. They're very good online, they're very responsive. I would put the number on the screen here if you guys would like to rent cars with them. I literally just rented a car with them. Very punctual. I will literally send you his message because he was like, is there anything, like, let us know how the service was it bad? I was like, know me. You know that if you give me rubbish service, you will see it. You will just see it. One of the best service. It was 10 out of 10. I didn't have to complain. It's called Africa. They were on time. They were very punctual. They picked me up from the airport. I spent 13 days in Gambia. I paid $55,000 for the car. It is costly, but it is best money you would ever spend. You're gonna use it. You're never gonna pay transport. Using another driver to pay transport sometimes. Car had issues. You would get with lesser transport companies. Either their cars are gonna have issues. You have to pay transport. You're gonna hear different stories about the car. A lot of mess. It's a punctual. The other thing about Gambia is they have companies where they rent cars. The biggest issue was I cannot drive in Gambia. Like full reverse and turn at the same time, even back up at the same time, and that for me, like I can't do that kind of driving. So having companies is much better because if you don't want to drive, they also give you their drivers. Cars are tracked with their drivers. They give you a full tank. What you have to do is like when you rent car in the US, full tank. When you're returning the car, you just have to pay full tank again. And then while you're using the car, if you ever need to pay for gas, you just have to buy gas. When I was buying gas in Gambia, I paid like $3,000. Used a RAV4. It comes with their driver. So I mean, in Gambia, the way the people drive is crazy. Even if they hit the car, it's not your problem. It's not your problem. It's that driver that's driving it. It's not your problem. So it was really nice. Driver was punctual. This type of bus, I don't have issue. I'm very chill. I'm Gen Z. So I was like telling him like, it's fine. You don't really need to come early. I don't leave the house early. No need to come early. But be like, no, I was here since 10 in case you needed something. I was like, man, I'm trying to help you, but man, it's fine. We don't have to fight about that. But he was very sweet, very professional. He wasn't putting his mouth in conversation that did not involve him. He was not trying to be part of the family. I just really love professionalism, the punctuality. I love how if I had 30 errands to do in Gambia, because I had car, it was just very accessible. Because if you don't have car in Gambia, it is so hard to move from one place to the other because the weather, the sun, it's just and then you're used to driving yourself in the States here. To go there and be like, that is just, it's not for me. I would definitely highly recommend that you have some sort of card, or you have a transport, a guarantee card you're going to use for your timing in the Gambia. It's highly important. And like I said, the company I used was just 10 out of 10. Other times people always ask me like for airlines. I have always traveled with Brussels Airlines. I have never traveled with any other airlines other than Brussels Airlines, and I will always travel with Brussels Airlines. Like literally today they put me business class free of charge. I just know I abused it because I am never ever gonna say business class with my money. I called the guy, I said, come on, show me everything, and they literally gave me a chocolate gift for flying business class. No pay. So you see why I will always use Brussels Airlines. Brussels Airlines, it's 2 days to travel. It's like 16 hours, but the time difference when you enter Europe, literally into the morning time difference. That's very chaotic. Yeah, I use Brussels Airlines, but they have Turkish Airlines, Air Morocco. I just use Brussels Airlines, so I couldn't tell you about other airlines. I just love Brussels Airlines. Layovers now, I'm very familiar with Brussels. I know what to do. During my layover, I'm the type of person I don't like to pee in the plane. I think having like a direct flight would just hate it because I don't pee in the flight. I'm very OCD about things, so I like to just land in Brussels and I can just use the bathroom, brush my teeth, wash my face, do my hair, wipe my body down, and change my clothes into something, because Gambia is really hot. So I like traveling with Brussels because it gives me that 5 hours plus layover that I can just settle in, go eat with my card, my Visa card, eat, relax, just zone out, watch a movie, be normal for some few hours, and then head on to my travel to Gambia. So there's that too. So yeah, I love Brussels. I wish travel with Brussels, but there are other airlines that you can definitely check out. Let's talk about when you land in Gambia. December, you don't need itineraries for DETTY December. There's no like itineraries like your regular travel where it has to be organized. DETTY December is a beautiful, exciting, lit, chaotic mess. You just need to know the hotspot in Gambia. So one of the places I would definitely put you on to DETTY December is Propaganda. I went to Propaganda. I did a karaoke. Propaganda has this karaoke where they do every Thursday night. It is so fun. I think going with your friends, having drinks, a vibe, you get to see people, it's lit. You can do karaoke and a bunch of fun things. I really love Propaganda, but it's every Thursday. Propaganda is next to Plus B in the Bacau end. So highly recommend you try out Propaganda. On Thursday, try the karaoke, have fun with your friends. So sunny Gambia is still a hot spot. In the Yasmina end, you can hop from Yasmina, Paradiso. They have all this hotspot, Rio, Aquarius. They have Club Infinity next to Paradisos, and I've been told that's the biggest club in Gambia, so you definitely want to check it out. But as long as you're at the street of sunny Gambia, that Yasmina Junction, you would see many people come in, connect with many people, and get to hop from one place to the other. There's always club there, there are restaurants there, there's like open bars, dancers are coming and performing from like Yasmina to this spot, like it's just so lit around that area. And like I said, there's Club Infinity, which is one of the biggest clubs in Gambia, so you can literally just have fun over there. Really nice. You can also come to my club, Rios. I don't know, I just love Rios. Again, you can also hop to Bacau next to Propaganda and Plus B. They have Envy, and Envy is like a really big high-end club, really nice, and they have different parts of Envy separated, so you can choose where you want to go to have a vibe. It's DETTY December. That's literally what people are going for parties, fun, vibe, clubbing. I have another club next to Envy. It's called Curtain Club. I'm being told it's one of the most expensive club, and when they were opening the club, they did invite and Senegalese artists and international artists to come perform. It's called Curtain Club. It's also big. It's also really nice. Also, Pokoloko at night is so fun. This time that I was in Pokoloko, I saw Zimba. I saw some bands from Senegal. They came to perform. Pokoloko is always a vibe. It's on the beach, so it's really nice. They always have very entertaining live performance. People from overseas are always coming there, and it's just a lit time, so you get to do a lot of connecting there. And also still go to Paradise Beach. I am being told that during DETTY December you pay for coming to Paradise Beach. One thing I noticed about Paradise Beach when I was there this November was they close on Monday. I don't know how they function during DETTY December, but so far November they always closed on Mondays. Paradise Beach was completely closed. My cousin did say that during DETTY December you would have to pay like $500 some money to enter Paradise Beach, because they know it's a hot spot and people want to come there at the beach, so you would have to pay to enter Paradise Beach. But it's really fun. It's where the sunset is, and it's really nice. Also trying Playa del Sol and Tamala Beach. One thing I noticed about Playa del Sol and the Tamala Beach end is that horses are more to that side, and Paradise you can do the jet ski. Every beach just has its own thing, so that's a really cool, nice spot to have for DETTY December. Trying out like restaurants with your friends. One of the best food I have eaten in Gambia. I literally was telling my man this because we had a date night a few days ago. I think it was on a Tuesday of this week, and we went to Plus B, and the fish was just nice. I'm still thinking about that fish. It was so nice. 10 out of 10. It was good. Plus B has one of the best food. It's high end, but it has some of the best food and best service. I really love it. Highly recommend it. And like I'm saying, if you go to this one places, you can always see people and continue to hop from one spot to the other. Every time I go to Gambia, I have like a one particular spot to go to. I feel like this time it was Iceland. I went to Iceland a lot. a lot. Like Iceland was substituting for Dunkin'. I tried Iceland, I tried Sweet Delight. It's also next to the Plasty end, but I tried a lot of Iceland, and that was really nice. And so try Iceland again. Stop at Tropic. That's my spot. I literally was at Tropic and I met Black Max. Oh my god. And he was like, I watch your channel. I was like what? You watch my channel? You know, it was so funny. I went to Tropic and I was doing TikTok and I was disturbing my hubby, and he was just like, oh my god, if only you can sit down. And I was just like, I am on to see my husband. And literally Black Max was like, oh, I sit you. He was like, I was saying like you look familiar or something. And I was like, oh my god. Genuinely, I wouldn't have noticed because I just do clown stuff outside, but I wouldn't have noticed. But when I was like, he said, do you know who this is? And I was like, oh, Black Max. Like, I was like, what? But it was really exciting. We took pictures, and hopefully I'll see her one day again. Because I was at Tropic, I met a subscriber in there. So I've really met a lot of people that were like, oh my god, I watch your channel. So yeah, stop at Tropic. That's what I'm trying to say. Stop at Tropic. People you don't even think you would meet at Tropic, you meet at Tropic. Tropic is also such a vibe. Have a gaming. They have a lot of stuff. The other place you can also stop at for DETTY December is Village. Now Village upstairs has a gaming thing. I'll put it on the screen. US something. It's a gaming upstairs. They are way more better than Tropic. They have so many games, so many spots to try out. We did the penguin, we did the motorcycle thing. They have a package. I was telling us about the package and the point. We were like, let's just try 300 IC and see how it is. So we tried the 300. It was really nice. So we tried the 1,600, the lasty package. It comes with a lot of points. Like, we still didn't finish the point. My man was saying he was gonna go out with the boys and have fun because we didn't finish the gaming. And if there's one thing STG suck at is game. I was just very awful. Very awful. But it's really nice, very modern, like Tropic. And any place that they're camera friendly, you just won me over. But it's really a hot spot to be at. And they were saying they were gonna bring the dancing thing. As soon as you guys bring the dancing thing, there's literally no point going to Tropic upstairs. There's literally no point because their own is very modern, very nice. I love it. So the places that you can visit, and like I'm saying, you would get to meet people. That's in December. These people would definitely let you hop from one spot to the other. For adventure, there are different places. Check out my channel that would guide you. One of the new things I did this trip around November, I went to Lemon Lodge. We entered the boat and we went to Dara. I've been mispronouncing the name. I think it's Dara or something. But it's a spot where you get to see the tree. You get to a point, the boat stop. You walk barefoot in the water. I was nagging like crazy. I was like, I would never do this again with my man. The water came all the way up here. I was like, I would never do this again. Just complaining the whole time. I really, truly didn't like it. I didn't like it. It was a lot of money that was just spent in a very crazy way. I hated it. I hated the experience, but it was also like, in a way, I think it's very fun. You can try it out. I mean, people always talk about Lemon Lodge. I mean, they have some things to do there, but I didn't really like that one. But if you guys are curious to know about things you can do adventure-wise, you can always watch my videos here on things to do in Gambia. That's also some of the things you can check out. But the only new thing I would say I added this time was going to Lemon Lodge and doing that I would never do again. Let's talk about hotels to stay in the Gambia, or places to stay during your DETTY December. When you are doing DETTY December, when I stay at a place that is very accessible, place in Gambia, like place that's very accessible for fun, like when they say, hey, this is the spot we're going to, you're like ready to go. This time around when I was in Gambia, I stayed at Aquaview. Aquaview is very accessible, it's easy, right next to the highway, so you can definitely stay at Aquaview. There is Coco Ocean, Tamala. Now, one thing, I did brunch with the girls this time and we went to Tamala. Tamala has now a new partnership, so now it's co-owned by Two Blue. They literally went into transition this November. I personally, my honest opinion, while they are still under transitioning, I would say don't pay your money to go to Tamala. We were at brunch. They took like back up. No, it's gone. Wait, back up. It's back up. I love them. They have one of the greatest customer service. The guy was just 10 out of 10. He was phenomenal. He was amazing. It was a great time. They're very respectful. unlike other places. But they're into transition. I mean, I know I went there in November, but it's not lively now anymore. A lot of the lively, the fun, the late, it's happening at Combo Beach, because I also did brunch at Combo Beach and it was so fun. I came to Tamala with the girls and I was like, this is not fun. This is just somehow like, but they're under new management and they literally switched management this November, not too long, either 14 or something. So they're now with Too Blue. Too Blue is a German multinational company and they have different hotels, UK, London, like just worldwide. But they're now in partnership with Too Blue. I was being told it's still co-owned by who it used to be owned by, is now it's co-owned. And as much as it's co-owned, like I said, it went for like 45 minutes. Taco could come in that brunch. Like the people that was, they sat down in this transition phase. Tamala is having, you know, in the US here or when we travel overseas to different places, they have a time where they just block the rooms where people can put in their reservation. But I feel like Africa, they don't try to do that. They try to capitalize on the money. Even if what they would be giving you is something, even the service they'll be giving you is like this, they will still want the money. But I would definitely say if I was coming to Gambia in December, even January-ish, I don't think I would book with Tamala because they are literally in transition, actively in transition. It's not a smooth one, to be fair. It's like you can tell that things are happening. And a lot of people haven't really been going there. It's not that lit for now. Maybe it will change. But now a lot of things just happen at Combo Beach. I recommend Combo Beach to you guys. I know hopefully when I go back in February, I would want to stay at Combo Beach. It seemed like a nice place. It seems very fun. I did brunch there. I had a fun time at Combo Beach. It's like lit. It's on the beach. I would highly recommend Combo Beach. I'll say pause your booking for Tamala because they took like for 45 minutes. Where is backup? Where is backup? Where's backup? Go somewhere else for now. There's also Kulolisan, Kudaji, but Kudaji is on the highway. A lot of places to stay in Gambia. They are opening another building next to Aquaview, but that one would not be done until next year. It's gonna be a 13th floor. Really, really nice. The plan is supposed to be amazing, but book everywhere. Mala, I'll say pause because they're transitioning. Coco Ocean, I'll say find out for yourself. Personally, I stayed at Aquaview. I had a great time. It was shaky, but when you tell them, they'll fix it. So I had a great time at Aquaview. About the other thing I did in Gambia was brunch. So Gambia's Sundays are for brunch. So I feel like if you're in DETTY December Sunday, after you've prayed and thankful for everything or just spend time with your family, Sundays are for brunch. So I went to Combo Beach for brunch. It was $2,000 per person. Apparently Combo Beach has one of the most expensive brunch, but I can see why. It's very lively, very fun, very amazing to be at. You're gonna have a lit time. You're gonna have a worth of your money. It's really, really nice. If I'll do brunch again in Gambia, I'll definitely go back to Combo Beach. The food is just warm and everything is just nice. Combo Beach for brunch is $2,000 on a Sunday. Highly recommend you try that with your friends and family. I did brunch with Tamala. Tamala brunch is $1,800 per person. It's fun and nice, and you know, we had a great time. I had a great time with the girls, so I would highly recommend you also try out Tamala's brunch. It's $1,800 per person. The next one I also called Coco Ocean to check their brunch. Coco Ocean brunch is $1900 per person, and Bakadaji is $1800 per person per brunch. Brunch comes with an eat all buffet. It's a good time to spend family time. You guys get to eat, communicate, have fun, catch up. I had a great time in Tamala. The waiter was so nice. Hope it was this, hope it was that, and the manager came. It was fun. It was really, really fun. I had a great time and we were entertained. The staff is just, that guy is just 10 out of 10. Tamala for brunch, it's a bit dead now. It's because everybody is going to Combo Beach. If you're in Gambia, just make sure you stop at Combo Beach because that's where all the fun is happening. Gambia is very hot. It's getting cold now. If you're coming from US, UK, all these countries, Gambia is very, very hot. I would recommend you pack a lot of short sleeves, a lot of shorts, pack pants, flip-flop, Crocs, you know, something simple because that's what Gambia is. I got some dress and high heels that I wore, but I really wish I had packed a lot of pants and a lot of top because I was like, what was I thinking? I pack long sleeve, maybe at night, and this is maybe in December time when it starts getting colder because even at night I was just like, this place is still hot. Also, Gambia is almost like the US when it comes to longer nights. Around 5, it's really dark, experiencing longer nights and shorter days. Just like in the US, how we are expecting longer nights when it starts to be 4, it's really dark. But I'll say pack a lot of pants, shorts. It's hot during the day, it's burning. To go with your handheld fan, it is hot. Pack things that are very easily accessible, easily that you can hop from this one spot to the other. So now that we've kind of covered finance, clothes, exchange rates, just to visit, things to do, things to avoid, I just honestly want to wish you guys an amazing Detty December. I know you guys are gonna have fun. Many people are gonna go there. It's gonna be a vibe. I mean, it's Gambia. It's been really nice. I had an amazing time in November. I would definitely do another sit down video and share some other insight. I'm also gonna be posting my Gambia finale vlog for you guys, so I'm very excited about the Gambia finale vlog that I'll be posting, and then I will start posting my November trip to Gambia. I did go to Gambia, wifey kind of a thing, so it's really nice. Very excited. Spent a lot of date night, spent a lot of time with the girls. Very fun and very eventful. Brush up with family, and this time I spent a lot of time in Gambia. I mean, less than 13 days, but it was really fun. A lot of people are asking me if I will be in Gambia in Detty December. No, I would not be in Gambia in Detty December. You guys that watch my channel, you guys know I am a registered nurse here. Being that you're a healthcare worker, December is when you make a lot of your money. I like to be here in December because I love going to Gambia during February for my birthday, and also spending Valentine's Day in Gambia. That's like my biggest thing. We're not being Gambia in Detty December. Detty December is not my vibes. Like in Gambia in December, there are many people. It's very crowded. The thing the guy was telling me about exchange rate in Gambia was that when it starts to become Detty December, a lot of people are going to start coming, so the rate will go down. Like now dollars like 74, 73, rate will go down because a lot of people are coming with dollars. The demand for dollar or the demand will go down. But I was also in the Western Union. There was a guy that was changing euro, and they were changing euro for like 84 Lassie, and I was told by someone pounds is like 96 Lassie. Just rough estimate. Like to be in Gambia during tourist season, definitely not Detty December season. Holidays I like to spend it in the US, watch the ball drop, spend it with my family, have a good chill time, less chaotic. But to everybody that is going to Detty December, very excited for you. Can't wait to see some of y'all vlogs. Excited for the pictures, the vlogs, the excitement. I'm very excited. Guys, I just went to first class. Oh my god, I love you guys so much. I was in Gambia and a lot of you guys stopped me, telling me you watch my channel, you love my vlogs. Thank you guys for the love. Thank you guys for the support. Thank you guys for even feeling super invited to even stop me and tell me how much you love my channel, how much you watch my vlogs. It means the absolute world to me. Thank you for feeling super welcome that you could tell me that. Thanks for your love. Thank you for your support. Cannot wait to share with you guys my Gambia finale vlog. Can't wait to share with you guys the new Gambia vlog. We'll see you all soon. I love you guys so much.
Hey Jessie.
Bad money, that's very easy. Go to my boat. So can I refill up for my head? I can put a mind in a million ways. Only millions, so give me my wage. So be showing my shit, give me a break. But do what you want, but do what you want. It's not style life, so bust it, I like it. Can I style life, so I'm with that, so I style life, so give me how I like it.